Last night we told you about online crimes and the investigations that go into child pornography stings. New tonight we look at what happens when a screen-to-screen relationship turns real life. Now we go inside the investigation of an abduction of an Ottumwa teen who was found through an Amber Alert.
It happens every day in every city. You're basically in control, you know. If once you let the cat out of the bag, it's gone. If you restrict that, if you keep yourself protected, nobody else can take that from you. It's when you allow that out. When you trust somebody, you just got to know it's going to go other places.
Investigator Steve Harris of the Ottumwa Police Department says it happens far too often.
What I can say is, in the moment, there just seems to be this weird trust between young unexpecting victims and whoever they think they're talking to. You don't truly know who you're talking to. If it's anything sexual in nature, it's going to be spread like wildfire.
In Ottumwa, police say a 19-year-old man made it as far as Georgia with a 13-year-old girl. Thanks to an Amber Alert and an attentive trooper, they were stopped before getting to Florida. But investigators say it shouldn't have even gotten that far. It's
somebody talking online through Facebook and then texting and calling nearly on a daily basis with a local girl. And, you know, parents just need to be aware of who their kids are talking to. I mean, it was clear that her friends knew she had this boyfriend. They'd been talking for nearly a year, and he'd just been grooming her, and that's what happens in so many of these cases. Sometimes the girls are just curious because it's somebody showing them attention, it's somebody older showing them attention. So sometimes it's a wolf in disguise.
Harris says it's usually cases where victims are younger girls and predators are typically older men. But even an innocent baby picture can be bait.
It's a weird world in which we live in anymore. You know, used to be you would take a, you'd take a Polaroid and it would set in your shoebox in your closet forever, and you would show family members who knew you, knew your children, and there was nothing weird about that if you had them taking a bath. Nowadays, you post that online and people troll for that specifically because they find that sexually arousing. Sometimes people will focus on children that they can find if they can find a picture like that.
Investigators say they have a good success rate on the tips they receive, but it's what they don't know about and what's hiding behind the computer screen that's the problem. And while they know there's thousands of cases still out there, even happening right now, it's the ones that are behind bars and the cases that were stopped that makes it all worth it.
But at the end of the day, you're helping people and you're saving people. You're putting away bad guys, really bad people, and you're helping out the ones that don't have a voice for themselves, that can't help themselves. So it's rewarding. At the end of the day, you know that you've done your job and you know you've done well for your community.
According to federal court documents, 19-year-old Kevin Ramirez will now stand trial in a Des Moines courtroom on July 5th. He has until June 17th to reach a plea deal with prosecutors. In February, Ramirez was charged with 3 federal counts, including travel with intent to engage in illicit conduct and child pornography. If you're concerned your child may be a victim of online crime, some things to look for include a change in behavior, particularly if your child is unusually withdrawn, if your child is trying to hide his or her device, or something seems out of the ordinary. If you suspect the child is speaking with a predator or an individual trying to prey upon them online, there are steps to take. First and foremost, talk with your child to learn what's going on. If you discover your child is in a dangerous situation, reach out to police.